It's kind of boring, right? Riding after someone, following someone, and checking whenever they're doing something correctly or not. I'd say I'm using my knowledge throughout the years, the knowledge I gained throughout the years, but I'm not an instructor, so I may not spot some of the things. Instructor may spot a lot of things. I can see sometimes he's fiddling with his gears, but he's much more used to it than in the past I saw. Obviously, that's practice, he'll learn to operate them properly. The more he practices, the more he uses his bike, really. Alright, so we have a ambulance. There we go. No shock horrors. He's hitting the speed limit though. No? He's just scared of the faster speeds, I think. That's why he's afraid of A406. It's turning. Right. Cannot see due to the sun. Okay, I don't know where you want to go, mate. Let me see where you're going. Okay, you're going there. Great. Where are you going? That's the stupidest thing I do. Change gears when the bike is dying. What the fuck, man? Is it? Yeah, that's what I thought. He's gonna go this way. I wasn't sure. Okay, stop. If he did that stuff on CBT, stuff like that, if he rode like that, I think he'd get the certificate no problem then. There's no major issues. That's a normal roundabout, see? Okay, so on the approach, turn the indicator right, because we're turning right, okay? Again, that right lanes as well. And now we are turning on the indicator left, because it's a normal roundabout. You can see the signs of a mini roundabout and normal roundabout. Normal roundabout has a triangle with a kind of roundabout sign in it, and the mini roundabout is blue with the kind of circle, blue circle, but circular kind of arrow signs. So that's the difference. And that roundabout also had two lanes. Very faint ones, but it had ones. So we were turning right, we had to use a right lane. Okay. He's not changing his size when he's changing the direction. He's about to overtake the car, or rather change the position to not hit the car. And he's not checking his shoulders. That's the thing, right? He's not checking his shoulders often. Okay, we have a roundabout, which is normal roundabout, not a... There we go, you're turning right. Have to stop. So if you're turning right... Okay, we are not turning right. We are going straight. If we are going straight, that means we are going this way. He misled me to believe that we are going right, but we were going straight. So don't put an indicator towards right if you're going straight. Look at the roundabout was like a book example, textbook example. At 12 o'clock you had exit, at 9 o'clock and at 3 o'clock you had exit. And entrance was at 6 o'clock. That's a textbook roundabout. So if you have this roundabout, what you do if you go straight, nothing. You don't indicate, you just go on the left lane. If there is left lane, if there's just one lane, then you go straight a bit, you pass the exit to the left, put on the indicator, turn onto the second exit. That's pretty much very simple. If you are turning right, you have to put the indicator on first, then on the second exit change the indicator to the left, and I cannot see shit. Okay, again, approach, we are turning right. We are turning right on this roundabout, but I cannot see shit. On the approach, right indicator, very good, but you should have done it sooner. Choose the lane sooner. Okay, so we have right indicator, one exit, second exit, and now we turn on the left indicator to indicate that we are turning here. Okay, and now we turn off the indicator. It's very simple stuff. And red. That's what I'm saying, you know, you have to look out here for the red. So yeah, I did the ride up with my brother, and it was kind of interesting because, as I say, he will do mistakes, he's a learner. But also what interesting is that I found out he had another crash, which he didn't tell me about. He had one crash, that's why his indicators didn't work, because they worked and then they didn't work because of another crash, I think. He didn't want to tell me much, so he probably crashed the second time. And destroyed the plastics of fairings even more, which is a good thing I didn't replace them. I'm just happy about that. So yeah, well, he's fine. Nothing happened to him, apparently. But we went on to a 406, which you saw already. We went to a 406. We had a chat after that. I explained to him what type of mistakes he did, what type of behavior he should have. For example, he shouldn't rev at people, stuff like this. I don't want him to be a dick. I want him to ride politely, be a nice person in overall. So I told him that, and then told him about the roundabouts, because his approach was sometimes very bad. Sometimes his approach was good, but he had some issues with the mini roundabouts, which was weird, because I think the mini roundabout rules are very simple. What you have is simply, if you turn left, you put an indicator to the left. If you turn right on a mini roundabout, you put an indicator to the right, and you continue with it until you turn, and then you turn it off. Same with left, you just turn left and turn off your indicator. If you go straight, you don't put any indicators. It's like with the junction, really. It's just that it's a mini roundabout, so you have to go round instead of just straight left or right. Well, you can go straight left, but right you have to go like around the middle section. Okay, dude. And so I explained this to him. He said, alright, he said, watch out for it. Put on the indicators, mate. My mirror is crooked and I have no time right now to actually do it up. But yeah, in overall, I was satisfied with his riding. It wasn't bad, you know. He was sometimes in the wrong position. For example, he on A406, when he was riding in front of me, not behind me, his position was a bit to the left, for example, which is a bit bad. Okay, let me correct my mirrors there. There we go. Now I see better. So it was a bit bad, but as I said, it's a learner, and you can expect for him to do everything perfectly. Shit, even people who have licenses don't do things perfectly. So he did a bit of filtering as well, and he did it slowly. And as I said, it's better to do it slowly than rush it and have an accident. He'll get used to filtering when he filters more in the future. He just has to do it pretty much. Even if it's slow at the beginning, and then later on he will find optimal speed and it won't be slow anymore, really. So yeah, those are really my comments when it comes to his riding. If you want, you can put some comments you have, perhaps, if you saw something I didn't see. I didn't comment on everything as well, I think, because just some stuff I forgot when I actually went to talk with him. And at the end, when we returned to his home, I tried to check the indicator thing, because his indicator was broken. The front indicator didn't work, and the back was staying lit all the time. I checked into that, but it doesn't seem to be the bulb. It doesn't seem to be anything else than the indicator itself. The front indicator, I think, is broken. As in, the wiring is broken. And he had an accident, or rather he crashed himself, and it might have broken the wiring even more. So that's my guess, at least, what happened and why it doesn't work. I said, just it's better to actually change the whole indicator, or you can change the wire if you want to. Just the wire, change the wire, get the a kind of connector which you put in there, make the connector to the wire, attach the wire to the indicator, and see if that works. If it doesn't, then going and paying 20 quid for another indicator repair would be pointless. I prefer to actually spend on a new indicator, brand new indicator, for like £16, and that indicator would be fully assembled with everything, even with bulb. So why the hell? And as I said, you can change it yourself. There's only one screw holding it inside. You just have to take one plastic off, take the screw out, and change the indicator. If the indicator is broken, there's some kind of fault with it or something, then this will solve it, because you will put in a new indicator. But I left it with him. And also at the end of it, because I was checking, and then he wanted to put the back seat back, the area where you have like a storage area underneath your seat at the back where the pilot sits, right? So he wanted to put it back in, and he's struggling, and I was sitting on my bike already, and I said, I'm going, right, home. And I see him struggle, and I say, what the fuck, man, just put it in. What? You have this bike for 2 months, you can, put it in. It's not that difficult. So I got off from my bike, right? So I got off and tried to put it in, and I said, well, you snapped the cable, so you won't be able to put it in anymore. I said to him like this, hey, break everything on this bike. I had this bike for 3 years and nothing broke just like that. Stuff only broke only when I had a crash, or I broke down, or something, like fell down over it or something like that. That's the only reason stuff broke on my bike. I gave it to him for 2 months, and he already has a couple of broken things. Like, all the fairings are broken, and now the pilot seat kind of thing is broken, doesn't want to close, doesn't want to snap into position. The key doesn't want to turn. And I said to him, you probably broke it, man. I didn't touch it, so I didn't break it, and it worked for me perfectly fine. You probably broke it. You use too much force. You cannot just rip it out. It's very simple to put it in, to put it out. Even with a rack and a top box, I could do it no problem, and it would snap in place. But he probably had some issues, didn't know how to do it, and broke it. That's my guess. So yeah, he made a mess out of this bike, really. For 3 years I was taking very good care of it, and now it's in ruins pretty much. He even had to tape it now because of the fairings in the back, you know, the tail section fairings. He had to tape them because they're so broken. So he had to have a second accident. I'm sure of it, man. They wouldn't just break on their own like that. Well, hell yeah, that's really an update to, and kind of a comment I have after riding with my brother. I didn't have a radio, because if I had the radio I could just tell him turn left, turn right, and see how this works with him. But I didn't have a radio and I couldn't do that. And although I have a radio at home and I have an earpiece, I don't have a mic yet, and I have to order that. And when I get a chance, then we will do a vlog together. I actually wanted to make him give me some footage from his camera. Oh hell, I'll get it next time. Doesn't matter. So yeah, I will post that. You can see our ride, and that's pretty much it. So if you want to, you can subscribe, follow, whatever, you know, on YouTube there is. Like my videos, that's the one. Okay, share, that's another one. And you can follow me on Instagram. On Instagram, you no, not you. I have the same nickname as on YouTube, so blastonwheels. So you can find me on Instagram. There are some pictures and stuff like that from my bike disc brake change and stuff like that. So if you want to see that, you can go over there and look at that. And also you can read my novel, which is called Limits. There are over 100 chapters already, and that's over 130,000 words written by me. So if you want to, you can read it. And my chapters of the novel are coming out more often than videos on YouTube. So if you have nothing to watch, you can always read my novel, right? Anyway, that's pretty much it. Stay safe on the roads, and hope you enjoy riding as well. I'll see you next time. Blast out.